Hey, Cornell, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. How good did it feel on Saturday night to break out the orange breeches and clinch your sixth straight ACC championship game berth? I guess it's the fifth straight for you personally.
It felt amazing. We know when we pull out those orange pants, it's really business, and we just wanted to go out there and take care of it and leave no doubt, and I think we did that.
What do you think the difference was for y'all in the second half when you really opened things up? I guess it was the last drive of the first half when you scored that touchdown in the 4 minute offense. But in the second half, you all really opened things up offensively.
I don't think it was much of a difference between the first half and the second half. We only had 4 possessions in the first half, and we ended up scoring 3 out of those 4. The second half, our defense really created turnovers and gave us more opportunities with the ball, and we just went out there and made the most of them. So shout out to them for holding it down. But the second half, we just wanted to make. We knew that they were trying to hold the ball, so we had to ensure that we made every possession count, and we did that.
Is it difficult when you're on the sideline as much as you were in the first half, waiting to get your opportunities when the other team is really milking the clock the way they were?
No, you just have to trust your preparation and go out there and just execute to perfection, really. And I think we did that on Saturday, and it showed.
Cornell, I
Cornell,
know
this
y'all
is.
are going to be. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Trevor. You're good. Go ahead.
I know y'all are going to be really focused on yourselves this week since you have an extra week to prepare for Notre Dame. But just how excited are you about getting another crack at those guys?
We're really excited to have the opportunity to go play for the ACC championship. Every week it's always about Clemson and doing and focusing on our details and minimizing turnovers and mistakes. So regardless of whoever was going to be my opponent this next weekend, we was always going to focus on ourselves and go out there and try to play the best 4 quarters Clemson football that we can.
Cornell, just as a follow-up to that, this is Grace from The Athletic. What impressed you most about Notre Dame's defense when you guys saw them last month?
They're very disciplined, fast, sound, and they did their job, and they made it tough for us. We really had to go out there and execute, and it was just a great game. Competition was at an all-time high, and I'm really looking forward to Saturday, or next Saturday.
Cornell, it's Trevor again. Were you aware that you were 10 yards shy on Saturday night of standing alone in the record books with 4 straight 100-yard reception games?
No, I did not know. I didn't find out until after the game. I got on the bus, and obviously it would have been an honor to have that record. But I'm more impressed and more excited with the win that our guys that we had as a team, and individual awards, individual accolades. They're special, but it's more special when you get the team win.
Hey, Cornell, it's David Hood. The year that you redshirted, did you make the trip to the ACC championship game?
I did not make it.
So you've been 3 times. What is maybe your favorite memory of an ACC championship game? Whether it's at the game, before the game, after. What is a favorite memory for you?
The best memory would probably be after we beat Miami with Kelly. Going into that game, they was probably 1 or 2 in turnovers. They had the big turnover chain thing going on, and we went out there, we shut them out, we dominated. We quiet all the noise, and we were in the locker room, and we cut the chain. I think that was pretty dope. So that was probably my favorite memory.
Not a lot of people get any type of a ring when they're in college other than they graduate. You have a chance at 5 ACC championship rings.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with all of this hardware?
Oh man, you first of all, you find somewhere to put it that's safe, and I feel like those rings are just a small a small representation of all the hard work all those teams put in throughout those years. Going back, well, winning one is amazing, but going back and winning and 4 in a row, trying to go for 5 in a row for myself personally is just unheard of. And as a program, I think it's 6 in a row. So, you just never take it for granted. Always grateful for the opportunity, and they always come far and few between. So you go out there, you make the most of them. So it's gonna be special.
Do you feel like you have the chance to appreciate that now, or is that one of those things where 5 or 6 years from now, you'll be sitting there holding a child that's yours and looking back on it, maybe it'll be more special then?
I definitely appreciate it now. All the guys that I've grinded with over the past 5 years and getting to that moment, I know all the work that we put in, but definitely after my time here at Clemson is done, and I look back on it and we have a reunion or something like that, it's definitely going to mean more. It's going to be way more special. And it's, I was able to be a part of one of the greatest decades in Clemson history. So, just never take it for granted.
Hey, Cornell, it's Josh from the Post and Courier. We heard a lot about Joe Ngata entering this season, with obviously he's had a lot of health stuff this year. How's he been holding up mentally through all this?
Oh, he's good. Obviously when you're dealing with the injury as an athlete, it's tough. But we as a team and as a wide receiver group, we try to stay encouraging him and stay positive. And obviously we miss him, and we wish he could be out there with us. He's a great talent, him and Frank and Ross. That's the crazy thing about this team. From the wide receiver standpoint, no matter who we have out there, we're going to dominate. But it could be that much more scarier if we had all our pieces. So,
Cornell, Larry Williams with TigerIllustrated.com. What is it like to look over there on the sideline and see Justin and Joseph and Frank standing there? I mean, 3 5-star type guys unavailable for this offense.
You want to go out there and give your all for those guys, because that they'll give anything to be out there with you. So it's going back to making the most of your opportunities and never taking it for granted, because that could easily be me on the sideline. So just going out there and playing for those guys. I know the work that they put in over the spring and the summer, and to be injured and miss a lot of the season is really tough. So every game, just going out there and make sure that I'm upholding the standard for those guys.
What would things look like right now if all 3 of those guys were healthy and available?
It would be a very, very scary sight.
Do y'all – I mean, the trend this year has been defenses doing everything they can to take away Travis, take away the running game, sort of gambling that, putting it on you guys. As a receiving core, do y'all have a sense of that, and have y'all had a sense of that all year?
Yeah, we knew as soon as Travis announced that he was coming back that it was we would have to win our one-on-one matchups from the get-go, and we took it as a challenge. We took that and we ran with it, and every game, every week we go out there and we prepare for one-on-one coverage, because we know that they're going to try to stop Travis, and if we do our job, then the team will be successful. But it's all credit to Travis, man. He's such a phenomenal back. A player, an athlete, a blocker. He does all the dirty work. And he'll break it, and that's what everyone gives him glory for. But the ability to go stand in the backfield and pick up blockers and allow us to do our thing on the outside because they're trying to stop him is a testament to his talent. And I think that's why he's so great.
Cornell, this is David with ESPN. Talking about Travis, and again, obviously these defenses are doing the best to try to keep him from putting up big numbers. He's gone, I think, 6 straight without a 100-yard game. Do you see any of that start to frustrate him or wear on him, or is he just happy to be there?
Travis is probably one of the most humble guys I know as far as a superstar talent goes, and he never wavers. He never seems down. He's excited to go out there and win games with us, because at the end of the day, he knows his talent and he knows his worth, and he still dominates. He still impacts the game as much as possible as much as anyone in the country. He probably is the best running back in the country, and him not having a 100-yard game doesn't really mean much to him, as long as we win.
The other guy who obviously didn't have to be there this year if he could have opted out, or he could have opted out and didn't, is Trevor. And I think a lot of people almost since the day he got to Clemson have said, well, Trevor doesn't really need to play college. He's already so refined and this great quarterback. What have you seen both on and off the field from him and his growth this year? Like, how is he different to you and more prepared for what comes next in his life after going through this year with you guys?
He attacks every day as if it's the week of the national championship. His preparation, the way he practices, his intensity, his attention to details, his focus. And, a guy of that talent, if you add all those ingredients and combine his work ethic, man, it's amazing. And every week you see it, it seems like he gets better every week. And I'm just blessed to be able to be on the same field as him and to catch passes from him.
I remember talking to him after his freshman year, and it felt to me talking to him that he was very much kind of interested in trying to define who he wanted to be as an adult, a grown man before he went out into the NFL and makes millions of dollars. How much do you think that all the stuff that you guys did together this summer in terms of social justice stuff and the We Want to Play stuff, do you think that was a little bit of an important step for him in doing exactly that, kind of defining who he wanted to be at the next level?
To me personally, Trevor's a phenomenal college football player, but he's an even better person. And, the media doesn't see half the things that he does and off the field. And the things that we did over this summer is just a small portion of what he normally does from day to day. He's a great guy. He'll stop and take pictures with anybody and sign whatever you need, and that's just who he is. He didn't need this summer and the social justice movement to help him define who he is. He's a man of God, and he's a better friend than anyone can ask for. He's very loyal, and he'll do anything for you. And those things alone sets him apart. But to add on the fact that he's an even better football player is just amazing. So,
thanks, man.
Hey, Cornell, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. This might be kind of a dumb question, but obviously you've faced Notre Dame's corners. They've faced you. Is there an advantage more so for a wide receiver or a corner than the other after already having faced each other on a one-on-one type of situation in terms of knowing their tendencies and kind of how they play?
I wouldn't say it is. Every week you have to prepare and get better. We played a couple games since Notre Dame, and they played a couple games. So you have to go back to the drawing board and start fresh. You can't go in there with the mindset that, I did this or I did that, and he's going to do this, he's going to do that. Stats, touchdown catches, they don't roll over from week to week. So you have to go back and visit film and study it and get to know your opponent, start from fresh all over again and go in with the mindset that you're trying to dominate. So it's really no advantage.
Hey, Cornell, Josh again. We know Justin has that big doctor's appointment coming up. Just from what you've seen from him, how are his spirits? What's his kind of his mindset going into that?
Justin comes in here. He works every day. I feel like, he ran routes with us a couple times, and I feel like he hasn't had a drop off since the injury, and it's amazing to see. His spirits have been high. He's laughing, joking, smiling. And obviously, I'm praying for him. I would love to see him back on the field soon. He's an unbelievable talent, and having him, it would be that much better. So he's definitely in high spirits, though.
Cornell, just as a follow-up to that, this is Grace again from The Athletic. What have you guys learned from Justin this year as he has had to navigate all of that?
Oh, man, just really not taking stuff for granted, especially with this year. In football, normally you're always an injury away or whatever, but this year, you got an injury, you got COVID. So just really just having a greater appreciation for the game and coming in every day and working as if you might not get tomorrow. So it's really been the mindset for the whole team. But learning from Justin just how to work and how to handle adversity and in a hard time, and I feel like he's the perfect example of that.